share my portfolio with you today, or this evening. And I'm actually graduating in a field that I never thought I'd pursue because I've never been interested or had a passion for technology. In fact, I'm the one who shies away from technology at every opportunity. But through conversations and a lot of reflection a few years ago, I came to believe that access to critical thinking around technology is a question of equity for digital natives. And so in order to provide the best education for my students, I stepped out of my comfort zone and I began looking for an appreciation of technology. My portfolio is set up around the 5 IESET standards and then the 20 substandards. And I've also linked to a literature page where I'm talking about my understanding, kind of some synthesizing about my understanding of different aspects of technology. And then a best works page that I really believe show a fusion of the practice or the theory that you learn in the program with the practical realities of teaching, which are sometimes two very different things, but it's when they combine, it's kind of cool to see. The first artifact I want to show you demonstrates how I'm using technology to address language equitability in our dual immersion school. So a few years ago, a mom at Garfield Elementary School, well, first, Lego Robotics is an after-school program usually, and it's set up to help kids become oriented towards STEM careers. Yeah. But this mom noticed that several years ago, the peers of her daughter that were low socioeconomic kids were not attending these programs. And so she decided to address the issue by bringing it into the school. And teacher by teacher, classroom by classroom, Lego Robotics has actually grown into part of the culture of Garfield Elementary School. But it was only being offered in only offered in English. But we're a dual language program, and I wanted to make sure that kids were practicing these STEM skills, practicing this high-level vocabulary, this high-interest engagement in both languages.
Hang on a second. We didn't turn the audio on.
Oh, that will be
After you got it all queued up perfectly. I don't want you to lose your place.
And so, in order to help bring it into she's an English speaker, so in order to bring it into the Spanish classrooms, I volunteered to lead it in Spanish. And thank you. By putting myself in the role, I feel like I'm promoting not only technological equitability, but also linguistic equitability. And so this is a short clip of me leading Lego Robotics in the kinder classroom at my school.
Mira, palancas son así. ¿Ustedes pueden mover sus brazos como la palanca del mono? Avisa. Ahora yo tengo una pregunta. ¿En el mundo qué cosas usan palancas? Habla con tus compañeros, con tu grupito, y después vamos a compartir. ¿Qué cosas en el mundo usan palancas?
I'm never tired of seeing the reactions, especially of the kindergartners, the first time they successfully build and program a robot.
That's my son.
Our unique program model is responsive to the particular needs of our population and promotes Spanish in the same degree that it promotes English. I'm excited about and proud of the program and how it is being used to motivate students, teach high-level bilingual vocabulary, break stereotypes, and build meaningful relationships with role models.
So that just goes on a little bit longer, but that's just an example of one way I'm kind of trying to engage my community, my school community, and step into some leadership roles around technology. The next artifact I want to show you is actually going to be on the other screen. I design literacy lessons on Smart Notebook, and the reason I do that is because I can think through a literacy lesson a week in advance, or the entire week-long literacy lesson, and embed sound and links to videos, QR codes for language and vocabulary practice. I can think through my high-level thinking questions, and I can kind of prepare it all together before I'm in front of the kids, and I don't have to think on the fly, what's the best questioning technique here. And so I'm just going to flip through this quickly and let you guys kind of see how I'm thinking through the principles of universal design, communication strategies, and of course engagement. So I have think, pair, share questions already that are going to engage those higher level thinking. It's a lot of work around vocabulary because we're a dual immersion school. Giving them a purpose for working on this. Oh, there was a Quizlet. So I prepared a vocabulary gamification practice and then give the kids a QR code that they can scan into. I tell the story. Some of this is I've recorded it prior to presenting to the kids, so that gives me a way to walk around the classroom. Excuse me. Just talking about. Then this is something that they're gonna work on, but I can present it to them and ask them to respond. They're responding. Here's a link to a video that I created, a short bio, kind of a summary at the end of the week. The next artifact I wanted to show you is an artifact that is a iMovie that a kid made at the end of a unit that we've been studying. It was about tall tales. And I gave them several different options for this project, and then I gave them a rubric to make sure they met these standards. And this iMovie is a culmination of practice of transition words, other writing techniques, writing a rough draft, editing, storyboarding. And this student is a language learner, and he took many takes before he got it, perfect. And so listen for his fluency, and then also I've just been impressed with how much technology has played a role in the oral production of my kids.
In the beginning, people had a family of 20. One day, Paul said, "It's getting too crowded around here." So they moved to the frontier. Next, Bill met a cowboy in the griffin. Bill came the mountain man and the wild west. One day, Bill squeezed the badness out of a snake. Finally, Bill rolled a cyclone and dug the Grand Canyon.
So I love that we were the combination of the really rigorous work of writing and summarizing combined with these text skills that are so important. And then here's his rubric, not filled out, but the kids can then just see exactly what I'm looking for. And he did use 4 transition words. He read it with fluency. He provided a credit page, which I'll talk about a little bit. And then always asking them, are they proud of their work? And then they can evaluate, and I can evaluate. The next artifact I would like to share is not related to education at all. Rather, it's related to my cheese business. And Mary's been so supportive of the fusion of my small business, and actually you have too. And so here's a series of advertisements I created to promote a line of our soft cheeses, and just thinking about how to use technology to really develop the marketing side of my business, which is not something I had previously thought about. So this is Petite Suisse. This is the prettiest flavor, Himalayan pink salt, honey and lavender, black pepper and lemon, smoky chili, and then just the plain Petite Suisse. And then here I've designed just a document that talks about my design principles and the target audience that I'm looking for. The final two artifacts that I want to share just show how I've broken down the complex issues of digital citizenship to a second grade level. The first one shows how I'm teaching my kids the really important idea of credits and crediting their work, crediting other people's work. And they're not using really any outside documents, they're not using any outside work really yet, but they're still getting in the habit. So they're using the curriculum that I'm presenting to them, but they're still crediting the curriculum. They're using the sound just from iMovie, but they're still crediting iMovie and getting in the habit of doing that in the future. And then I've been using a digital platform that allows the kids to share their work with each other, with me, with their parents. And at the end of every unit, I allow them to evaluate and comment on each other's work. But this is the rubric that goes out on their desks. And really trying to teach kids how to interact with each other online. And this is my favorite one down here. I would feel comfortable by saying the comment face-to-face with Maestra Battro listening, which is really what I want kids to think about. Like, we can't hide behind the screen. Our comments online are important. So thank you so much for listening and looking at my portfolio. When I went back to school 3 years ago to get my master's degree, I was looking for an appreciation of and an understanding of technology. And what I found was actually a passion to help kids think critically about their technology and learn to use it responsibly, learn to use it creatively and collaboratively, and use it as a tool for high learning outcomes. And I really hope my portfolio challenges you and maybe sparks the same interest.